Alright, the hognose pattern. Very difficult pattern. Very difficult. Lots and lots of steps. You need 2 pairs of dividers, squares, steel rulers, all kinds of good stuff, calculator, safety glasses, beverages, not really, just kidding. Alright. Basic hognose is like this. There are 2 different kinds of hognoses. Lots of people don't know that. The other hognose is not straight on the bottom. It is actually a bit offset right here. That's a whole different pattern. We'll just not confuse people and do it the standard way. Circumferences, like always, big circumference, small circumference, and length. Do not measure from here to here. Wrong. The length is measured at the bottom, from here to there. So let's go big circumference, 40 inches circumference, small circumference, 25, and the length will go 8 inches. This pattern will work on any size hognose you want. It can be for an exchanger, it can be for a pipe, it can be any size you want. So we got that. Now you're going to need diameter, so the circumference, big and small. Circumference is 40 for the big and 25 for the small. So we're going to do pi. 40 inches divided by pi gives me a diameter of 12 3/4. Diameter. This will be circumference. 25 inches circumference divided by pi gives me 7 15/16 diameter. Okay, so we need radius. So 12 3/4 divided by 2 gives me 6 3/8 radius. 7 15/16 divided by 2 is 3. We'll say 3 15/16 again. It's almost 4, but whatever. Doesn't matter. And the length. What did we say the length was? 8 inches. Okay. You're going to take your dividers and open them to 6 3/8 of an inch. Okay, 6 3/8 will give me a mark. 12 3/4 diameter. So, make a mark. 6 3/8 from here to here gives me 12 3/4 diameter. Next one is 3 15/16. So you're going to take this one again and open it to 3 15/16, and you are going to put it right there and make a mark, just like that. Can't see it, I will trace it out for you. It gives you a mark just like that. Make sure you put it on the same where you started the big one. They have to intersect, very important. So wherever that mark was, straight up in the center gives you center mark. This one gives you center mark. Now break the circles down like you always do, just like in a T pattern, just like every other pattern. Half and half. We're going to break the small one down first. So half from here to there, half from here to there gives you the center mark. Do the same thing. Boom, boom, center mark, boom, boom, there. Do the same thing over here, gives me there. Now, Difference between a hog nose pattern is you're not going to break it down into quarter, you're going to break the whole half circle down. So you're going to have to do the same thing you did over here on this side. Find the center, put your dividers here, make a mark, put your dividers here, make a mark, boom, boom, center mark. Break this one down, center mark, center mark. Gives you a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 parts. Same thing on the big side. Open your dividers again. Put your dividers here, boom, boom. Break this circle, the big circle down. So divider, center mark, repeat, rinse, and repeat. Same thing, flip it over. On your center mark, put your dividers here, boom, boom, center mark, get your dividers, center mark here, center mark here. Small side was 9 parts, big side should be 9 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, that's step number 1. Now, step number 2, this is 0. Inside the small circumference or the small breakdown, we will go odd. The big ones we will go even. Doesn't really matter, you can go either way. This could be even or odd, this could be even or odd, doesn't matter. So this is point number 1. Number 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, and 15. Number 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, and 16. Okay, that is the second step. So, lots of steps right there. Are you confused yet? Big circumference, length, small circumference, boom, boom. Break down the circle. This is diameter, so you're going to go radius, break the circle down. This is diameter on this one, break the circle down. Okay. Step number 3, our length, 8 inches. So we're going to go on a square piece of paper or piece of metal or cardboard or plastic, make a mark, and we will go 8 inches from here to there. Square line, get your square, make you a square line, boom, 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 square line. Here. Now, back to over here. This is where you're going to need 2 dividers. You can use 1, but it takes forever. Actually, you could probably use 3 dividers, and it would be a lot faster. So, first thing you're going to go to do is go from line 0 to line number 1. 0 to 1, just like that. Okay, come over here from this point. Boom. Make a mark. And you're going to label it 0, 1. Come back over here. Go from line number 1 to line number 2. From here, boom. Make a mark. Number 1/2. And you're going to repeat that all the way up. From 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6, 6 to 7, 7 to 8, 8 to 9, 9 to 10, blah, 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 all the way from 15 to 16. So you should have marks, all of these marks. I'm not going to do it because it'll take a long, long time. You should have about 8 marks, right? Because 16 divided by 2 would be 8. So it'll be 0 to 1, 1 to 2, it'll be 2 to 3, it'll be 3 to 4, it'll be 4 to 5, it'll be 5 to 6, 6 to 7, 7 to 8, 8 to 9, 9 to 10, 10 to 11, 11 to 12, 12 to 13, 13 to 14. I don't remember the order, but it's really, really close. They all get jammed in there, so try to write small. 14 to 15 and 15 to 16. If you got confused, remember from 13 to 14, lock your dividers, come over here, make a mark, boom. From 14 to 15, just like that. Make a mark. Boom. And from 15 to 16, just like that. All the way around. Make a mark. That's step number 810. Okay. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to take your dividers and put it on this point right here. And you are going to start at 0. Wait, a little screw fell out. Shit balls. So, this point, 0 to 1. Now, I don't have a big enough piece of paper, but, you know, if I did this, this is what you're going to do. You're going to make a mark. This is the length, 8 inches. So you're going to make a mark. From this point to this point will be 8 inches. So we'll just draw this to scale so we won't get confused. Square line. Square line. From here to here, 8 inches. The length of my, boom, boom. I'm sorry, I was saying it wrong. My bad. Okay. 0, put your dividers at 0 to 1. Don't go this way, that was incorrect. You go from right here. Square, bottom of the square, this is line number 0. Put your line at 0 and make a mark. It should very closely intersect. Wherever it intersects, you know, this is to scale, so it's not, so it's going to be about right here. So you're going to make your mark, and wherever it intersects to this line, that's going to be line number 1. Okay? Then you're going to come back to here, put it on here, and you're going to go 1 to 2. Oh, put your dividers at 1 to 2. This is where it comes in handy to have 3 or 4 dividers. So you're going to take this right here, and it's going to make a mark. Boom. It's not going to land on the square because this is where the pattern starts to curve. Now, make a mark. Boom, like that. So we made a mark, right? Now, this is where it comes in handy. This is the small side. This is where it gets confusing. Not handy, confusing. This is big side. You're going to take your dividers from 0, point number 0, to point number 2. These are all going to be, should be all the same, you know. They're all going to be very equal. So, what you're going to do is you're going to not open these dividers anymore. This is the big side of the dividers. So, you're going to take it at 0 and make a mark. Boom. So, 0, 1, this is line number 2. Now, you're going to take a set of smaller dividers, and you're going to put it on the small side. Now this should all be the same. They should all be broken down the same size, right? So don't move these dividers. These dividers are the big dividers. Now these dividers are the small dividers. So take the small dividers and we'll make a mark. Boom. To make another mark, 2. Boom. And another mark. Boom. Do the same thing with the big dividers. Mark here, mark there. Boom, another mark. Boom. Okay, so we've got point number 0, point number 1, point number 2. We're going to come back to this one. Do the same thing. This is where it comes in handy to have like 500 dividers. But you can do it with 1 divider. So we're going to go from point 2 to 3. So from this point, point number 2, point number 3. Mark. I'm going to put it on point number 2, and we are going to make a mark. Boom. Wherever this line intersects, that is now line number 3. And you will repeat this over and over and over. Put it on here. Look for point number. We were just at 2, 3, so now we're going to look at 3, 4. 3, 4. This is number 3. Boom. And then mark it here. Boom. Wherever it intersects, it should be closer to over here somewhere. 3 and number 4. So what you are going to start noticing after you go all the way across, point number 3, 4, point number 4, 5, point number 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, yada, 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 you're going to notice that your pattern is going to start to get longer and longer and longer and longer this way. That's why it's helpful to have the small dividers. You can just boom, make a real quick mark. But you will always put your dividers wherever this line intersect. So we got at 4, so this line's going to be number 5. And this one will actually intersect, out here. So it'll be point number 5. So we'll put our dividers at that next point, boom, make a mark, and it should land over here, number 6. So wherever this lands like this, that's point number 6. Go back over here, point number 6. So we're going to go 6, 7. Put our dividers there, boom, boom. Open up our dividers, 6 to 7. And it's going to be out here, out here. Remember, you're going to be taking your dividers, and these aren't going to move because these are all going to be the same measurement. From here to there, here to there, here to there, here to there. Because all of these are the same. One here, boom, 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 boom. Those are all the same. So, you're going to put your dividers here. Where it intersects is point number 7. 7 goes to 8 over here. 8 goes to 9 over here. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay? We'll have 16 points. And your pattern is going to do this. It's going to curve this way. And it's going to curve that way. So let's just say 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, 12, 13, yada, yada, yada. Point number 15 and point number 16. That's where you stop. That's your pattern. That's it. This is a half pattern. Okay, half pattern, which means this is half of the hog nose, which means you're going to take this pattern and flip it on this mark right here, this square mark. So this is going to go like that, and you mark it, and that is a full pattern. Some patterns are 1/3 patterns, which means it is a third of the pattern. So you'll take it, flip it, and then flip it. A T pattern, everybody knows and loves, is a 1/4 pattern, which means you will take it and flip it 4 times. Saddle, quarter pattern. Cones, there's a cone pattern that you can lay out and it will be a 1/3 pattern. Half patterns, which would be, let me think. Stovepipes, I believe, are half patterns. Anyway, getting confused. Getting sidetracked. So, that's a hognose pattern. If you lay it out this way, this will be the bottom. You can see that if I'm in frame. This is the bottom, this is the top, which means when you lay your pattern out, this part right here will be on the bottom. So, what I like to do is take the pattern and flip it this way, okay? Which means your lap, where you have your lap, will be on the top, because this is the bottom and this is the bottom. So if you imagine this on the bottom, it will curve up and it will connect right here on the top lap. A lot of people don't like to do that because it's not waterproof. So if you want it waterproof, you will flip the pattern on this line here, which makes this the top, which means your lap will go from the top and curve down and land on the bottom, okay? And that's basically it. So step number 1, big circumference, length, small circumference. Step number 2, break down big circle, break down small circle, get your points, your measurements, your 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. Even numbers on the top, odd numbers on the bottom. Step number 3, plot them from here up. And then step number 4 is this. This is step number 4, laying it out. Now, if you want to make panels for a very large exchanger. What you have to do is break this down into sections, okay, like this, and this will be one, and this will be one panel. This is 2 panels, 3 panels, 4 panels. If you want to go, you can make it bigger. You know, you can have 2 points and 2 points for a big panel this way and a big panel that way. But that is the basic way of how you lay out a hog nose pattern.